Imagine the shock. 50 years old and staring down at 2 blue lines on a pregnancy test. When Anthea Byrnes first started feeling a tad off colour, she put it down to menopause. After all, at her age, conceiving a child the old-fashioned way is a 2 million to 1 shot. It was also high risk. Anthea's was a horror pregnancy with so many problems and complications that her doctor doubted she'd go the distance. It was a nail-biting countdown to the big day, and I was there with Anthea and husband Peter for all the ups and downs. It was the moment that was never meant to be. Anthea and Peter Byrnes about to welcome their baby into the world. From conception through pregnancy to today's delivery, this baby and his parents have defied all the odds and every rule in the medical books.
It's been a miracle pregnancy, but we're about to have the miracle baby, and that is exciting.
With no assistance from IVF, at the age of 50, Anthea's about to give birth to her first child.
Being 50, being a first-time mum and being pregnant naturally, it really took quite a bit to get used to. Nothing in my life has ever shocked me the way that did, and I can't imagine anything ever shocking me quite that much again. It's surreal.
Here we go.
Meet Nicholas J. Byrnes, the miracle baby who's changed the course of his parents' lives in the most wonderful way.
It's gone brilliantly well. Look at that, hey? It's actually a good size. It's really good.
Where are you? Attaboy. My first thoughts were fear, quite honestly, and how on earth do I do this at my age?
She's 50 and he's 54. This time last year, Anthea and Peter were living a quiet life on the Gold Coast, with their sights set on superannuation and retirement.
I think there's a bottom resting on my hip.
At the risk of sounding very naive, how did this come about?
How does it usually come about, Michael?
Like I said. Magic happened.
Magic happened. It wasn't expected to happen, but it did. And in fact, we were told 4 years ago that it was absolutely impossible. So there you go.
It's the second marriage for both. But already in her 40s when they met, Anthea thought the chance of starting a family had long passed her by. You just didn't even consider this was a possibility then?
No.
No, well, when we met, Pete knew I hadn't had any children and asked me why, and the opportunity had just never presented appropriately. And so I guess when I was about 35, it was just a door that naturally closed.
When you say that door had closed to have children, how did you deal with that at the time? Was that hard?
I think most women go through a number of times in their life where they think, am I going to have family? Am I going to have children? And it's just something most women usually expect to do. And life presents itself, and sometimes that opportunity arises and sometimes it doesn't.
Peter was still keen to try for a family, but when he took a fertility test, he too felt that door close.
I had an extremely low sperm count, and I think the doctor even referred it to couch potatoes.
You had couch potatoes?
Yeah.
That's a technical medical term for...
Must be.
Yeah.
Come on, Pop.
Toad, come on.
Sit for a bit.
Yeah.
Couch potato sperm, too old for IVF in Australia, and turning 50. Who could blame Anthea for going off the pill?
Sit on Mummy's.
But just before Christmas, she was feeling so run down, she went to see her doctor.
Oh, he said, you've got menopause. And I said, okay, happy with that. I had an answer. So then I started feeling sick as well as feeling tired. And Pete decided to get on the internet And he came out to me one night and he said, you know, the only difference in menopause and pregnancy is nausea. And I just said, don't be so stupid.
She wouldn't believe me.
No, I didn't.
No. So I bought the test.
You went and got the pregnancy kit?
I did.
Yeah.
Then she told me to throw it into the bin.
I didn't even cooperate when he brought it home.
He was right.
He was right. Yeah, he's very proud of his couch potatoes these days.
Turns out they got off the couch.
They did.
They did.
I was amazed. I was concerned, actually, but amazed.
Dr. Andrew Carey is Anthea's obstetrician, and even he took some convincing.
My first thought was, well, that's got to be a mistake, actually, that it's either IVF or the pregnancy's been misdiagnosed.
So how much of a miracle is this pregnancy?
It is a complete miracle. I haven't found anybody who's had a natural conception in Australia at age 50.
What are the odds?
Maybe 1 in a million, maybe 1 in 2 million.
Over the years since we've been together, we've had pictures taken, and we've actually looked at the pictures. And it's the first time in my life
Don't do this.
I've said, I wish we had a family. And now we are going to have a family. Yeah.
I've got tears now. You're going to muck up my makeup.
It's beautiful is what it is.
Come through.
This is pretty nice, isn't it?
Turns out, other family members had also secretly hoped for a little miracle. When Anthea was admitted to hospital for monitoring before the big day, the soon-to-be grandmothers couldn't stay away.
Good. Hello.
Oh, you know.
Good, thank you.
Thea, when your daughter told you that she was pregnant... That was the reaction, was it?
You wouldn't want to know what happened.
What did you say?
I was absolutely just dumbfounded. It was just the most wonderful news. Something I thought I'd never, ever hear. Because it's my first grandchild at 76.
So we're going to have a newborn, first-time mum at 50, first-time grandma at 76, and Nan over here at 90.
Yes, wonderful. Definitely.
So it's absolutely perfect. I'll just turn
That's
the
a good,
volume
strong
down.
heartbeat.
That's a very strong heartbeat.
But at 50, Anthea's body wasn't at its childbearing peak. Multiple tests were carried out for possible birth defects. Miscarriage wasn't just possible, it was expected.
Probably talking 75 to 85% chance of miscarriage. And then those that aren't, there's a very, very high chance of a chromosome abnormality.
Did you think that she would lose this baby?
Yes. I always thought that the pregnancy wouldn't make it past the first few months.
I was trying not to bond too much because we didn't know what the news would be. And then if we did get bad news, what we would do under those circumstances. And I dreaded us having to think about that choice, quite frankly.
Just take your time.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Besides the medical hurdles, there were mental ones too.
Thank you. Done.
Done.
Do you worry about being old parents?
Can you imagine taking our son or our daughter to school and the kids are going to say, you're going to school with your grandparents. Do you live with your grandparents? And then you also think, well, by the time our child is 20, I'm going to be 70. Pete's going to be 74. Is that fair? And I'm sure there'll be people that will go, don't know how we feel about that.
How do you feel about it?
I struggled with it early in the piece. I struggled with it. Just in terms of thinking, well, are we being fair? And what would happen to our child should something happen to us? So I think the decisions that we've had to make are often quite different to decisions that people make at 25 or 30 as parents.
Very different. With the odds already piled high against them, a further complication. Dr. Carey is worried about some large blood vessels in Anthea's womb that could hemorrhage. So we're heading to surgery 4 weeks early for a caesarean section. Your lives are about to change in an amazing way.
I'm so speechless this morning.
The arrival of a newborn is an extremely exciting and anxious time for any parent, especially when it's their first. But this birth is extremely rare and risky for Anthea and her baby.
Come on, wingman.
Hang on, how you going?
What are you doing lying down?
I'm feeling crappy.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty dreadful watching.
The pressure has taken its toll on the expectant father. With surgery about to begin, Peter's almost fainted. Take it easy. It's going to be a fantastic moment soon.
But, so, yeah.
That's all good.
All good?
Take your time.
No.
Minutes to take it down. Yeah, it's gone in. And then we'll just leave.
Okay.
I think she's doing really, really well.
You did.
But that baby is on the way and fast.
You're doing brilliantly well.
Just hang on there. I'm with you, darling.
Excellent. Okay, here we go. Baby is fantastic. He's got a really good cry, Anthea. He's fantastic. He's a good wriggler. And everything's fine. And everything's gone brilliantly well. Look at that, hey? He's actually a good size. He's really good. Okay.
Thank you. Hello, my beautiful boy.
Yeah. Nicholas J. Nicky J. He's just like you, I think you be. It's all right, little baby. It's all right.
Defying all conventional medical wisdom, finally, there he was. Perfect, healthy little boy named Nicholas.
Darling.
Cute. There, little baby.
You're with Mummy.
Anthea, he's beautiful. He's a beautiful little boy.
It's like his dad.
Is he? How special was that?
Oh, fantastic.
Well done.
Yes.
It may have been a difficult beginning, but the birth couldn't have gone more smoothly. This is a very special baby.
It is for a lot of reasons, but mainly because Anthea and Peter had given up ever thinking of having children many years ago, and now at age 50, she's going to be a magic mum.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, little man, he's getting sleepy. He's had a big dinner. He's going to go back to sleep real soon.
A beautiful boy. Hey.
A week later, I visited Anthea, Peter and Nicholas in the hospital nursery.
Bring back memories.
It does. And it's beautiful too.
Oh, don't be serious.
Isn't he a handsome little man?
He's not bad, is he?
Great. Look at all that hair.
Well,
He's looking really good.
good boy. Thank you.
When some women her age are becoming grandmothers, Anthea's just starting her family. A blessing this couple never thought was possible.
Can't believe we did it.
Has it sunk in yet?
No, we sit up
Sometimes
overnight.
it has. Yeah. Some other times we think you're sitting there watching telly just before you go to bed and you think, the baby back there somewhere, and he's ours.
Nick.
Coming up.
Here he is,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The wonderful proof
I'm so lucky.
Australia's history-making womb transplant
It's just mind-blowing. I gave my uterus to Kirsty.
was a success.
Now Mum's going to tear up.
That's next on 60 Minutes.